Welcome on into the barbershop, boys and girls. And yes, indeed, the Kool-Aid man himself, G. Butch, is back with the stunner shades on, with the Kool-Aid Mafia hat, with everything ready to go. Somebody said today in the chat, I look like a overgrown blueberry. Well, I said, listen, as long as the Cleveland Browns keep winning, I will be your blueberry. Welcome on in, man. If you're coming on in, I got some new crossover game. I do two podcasts. I usually do the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, and I do the 2-minute warning with Mikey McNuggets and everybody else, and Earl and Anthony. Then I usually jump back on to the Barbershop. So yesterday, I was not able to do my official recap for the Barbershop because I had to support my beautiful wife, Rosie. She had her Christmas party with her corporate Christmas party. So what I did, I had to go support. So shout out to her, really good time. Shout out to the people at Rap Tight in Solon, Ohio. They do a really nice Christmas party. And I told them, man, I said, listen, man, y'all do it up, man. Y'all do it up. I wish they do it old school fashion. You know, people used to put some time, energy, and effort to the Christmas party because employees and people that work there a long time look forward to it. They do it great. They do it out in the bowling alley. They give out, gifts, and they give out a bunch of awards for the year. So shout out to them out there at Rap Tight and Solon. The mayor was in the building, so I had to go out and support my wife. Shout out to her and her crew in the accounting department over there. So I wasn't able to do my Cleveland Browns recap on the Barbershop, but I'm right back to it. I said, listen, if you in the Barbershop, come on over here on the UCS channel and get right to this thing, man. So shout out to 49 people in there. We want to make sure we get this liked. If you're coming on in for the first time and you don't know what we're doing, please like that. Make sure everybody likes and does that as well. Listen, let's get to it, man. Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco. I don't want to take too much of a victory lap on him. I don't want to do it too much on him on a victory lap. But I'm going to tell you what. People say no one expected Joe Flacco to do that. No. Come on back over here. Your boy G. Bush that been drinking that Kool-Aid all along. You see what we've been doing. Do you know what type of faith you got to have and blind faith to go out and be like, yeah, let me go. Let me turn this what y'all told me was gonna be a negative into a positive. When we came up with the Kool-Aid Mafia, you know how this came about? It's because I said, you know what, when Deshaun Watson came back last year, I'm drinking the 6-0 Kool-Aid. And the Browns are gonna go 6-0 when Deshaun Watson got back. That didn't happen. And I said, man, I told myself, I said, man, that 6-0 Kool-Aid has a ring to it, man. Matter of fact, forget 6-0 Kool-Aid. We just going to drink the Kool-Aid, period. And that was the invention of the Kool-Aid Mafia. And when you talk about drinking the Kool-Aid, all it is, and I talked about this on Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show, this is about believing something that's greater than yourself. It's about believing and standing on something. When you wear one of these Kool-Aid Mafia t-shirts, you saying, yeah, I don't know if my team is going to win. Yeah, I don't know if my team is going what the exact score is going to be. Yeah, I don't know who's even going to be on the field sometimes. But one thing that I am confident about is that our team is going to find a way to win, and we're going to tell you what we supporting from Jump Street. That's what the Kool-Aid Mafia means. So a lot of people that's out there right now that's jumping on the bandwagon, we got a little room on the bandwagon for y'all. Come on over. But here's the thing. When you in the ground level, it's different. When you've been drinking the Kool-Aid since day one, it feels different. When you've been out here supporting this team through PJ Walker, through DTR, through Deshaun Watson, when Deshaun Watson was in and we was taking them darts because of Deshaun Watson and allegations, and the national media was running around here telling us that we wasn't no good, we ain't fun to watch. Listen, the Browns are never going to be a national TV. We're going to make sure y'all only get one 12 o'clock game. When y'all was sitting up there from Kyle Brandt to Brady Quinn to Rich Eisen to Dan Patrick, you seen what we talking about. I done had to address them personally multiple times. Personally, because I thought they was out of pocket. Don't tell me you can't like this team because of one person. Don't tell me this team ain't fun because of one person. Don't tell me that when you lose your quarterback, the season's over. They've lied to you. Too many of my colleagues have lied to you and told you that once your quarterback is out, it's finito, it's done. They told you there's only one way you can win football games, and that's throw the ball 100 times with a franchise quarterback that make $300 million. They told you over and over and over and over again why it is that if Deshaun Watson was hurt, the season didn't matter. Well, now you got it for front row and center, and I want y'all to log this away. I want y'all to log this away and understand this. When people tell you this crap, stand on what you stand on. That's what I stand on right here. I told you what it was. I stood on when I told him to go get Joe Flacco. I predicted he'd get 300. And just this week, I said he'll throw for another 300. You guys can come on over. I ain't got no problem with you. The bandwagon is open for you. But when you in on the ground level, it feel a little different. See, when you got your Kool-Aid Mafia gear on today, it just hits different. I put my money where my mouth is. It hits different. And I wouldn't care if nobody bought the shirt. I bought the shirt so I could wear it, so I could sport it and say, yeah, you just now, yeah, you see, a lot of people out there got to wait and see to what the Browns going to do. A lot of people want to wait until you're 9-5. I need to know where you was at in 0-31, 1-31. I need you to know where you was at 10. A lot of people is pumped up now because we 9-5. When we 9-5, we doing our thing, but they waiting for that other shoe to drop. They always saying Joe Flacco, he threw for 300, but that was against the banged up Tennessee. That, Jacksonville, I kept hearing all week about how cold Jacksonville was, and that if Trevor Lawrence was to come out here, we'd be done. Trevor Lawrence might be playing G. Bush. Trevor Lawrence is going to come out here. His ankle's hurt, but he's a franchise quarterback. I have him on my fantasy team. Nobody don't care about no Trevor Lawrence. His ass just lost 3 games in a row. Get up out of here. So now you know. Now you know all that stuff they was talking about was cliches. Now you know, don't be listening to nobody who only spews stats at you and ain't got nothing to do with what's going on with human nature and about how bad you want something and how bad you gonna fight for it and believing in one another and understanding that we got a collective goal. I know you done been through something before, but if you keep worrying about what you went through before, you won't respect what you got today. If you always weren't worrying about, and I challenge you too, this has shown us something. Let's stop talking about 1999. Can we do that? Can we do that? I'm not going to be starting to talk. Every sentence that I start ain't going to be since 1999. I'm living in today. I ain't living in yesterday. Everything moving forward is about newness. It's about new money. It's about new attitudes. It's about a new passion. Reinventing yourself. I am not going to be consistently prefacing everything I talk about with the Cleveland Browns with 1999. We say 1999 more than the Prince of the Revolution. Every time we say that, I'm like, dang, man, Prince. Good gracious. Stop going back there. Why you want to go visit the haunted house? Live in the present, live in today. And as I told you before, there might be a war coming in the off season, but I refuse to talk about what we gonna do about this position. What we gonna do about Deshaun Watson, G. Bush? What is Deshaun? Maybe he ain't coming back next year. Is his shoulder okay? How much money? Can we go get anybody? Because that cap hit is crazy. Is Flacco better than Deshaun Watson? Shut up. Enjoy. What's wrong with y'all? I had to get people straight on Twitter. We in the middle of a bona fide playoff race. A bona fide playoff race. We've been brainwashed so much that in the middle of a playoff race on Sunday, in the game, down 10, we talking about what you gonna say and what the media is gonna have about Deshaun Watson versus Joe Flacco next fall. You guys are crazy. You're nuts. Why would I care? I don't care. I care about what's going on the field. Don't miss what's on the field amongst the gossip. And I understand why human beings need context. We need storylines. They give you storylines so you can place some things in historical context in your life. That's why they compare things. Let me compare this to that. Target or Walmart, Batman or Superman, Cheez-Its or Goldfish, Coke or Pepsi, McDonald's or Burger King, Nike or Reebok. They give you all these things so you can figure out the context in your life, so you can have some meaning towards it. But when you in the position we are today, the meaning is what's happening on the field. And Joe Flacco is giving you that. He showed you. He's showing you in real time. I mean, this is life, people. How many of you out there have been looked over for jobs because they said you was too old? How many of you out there worked years at a place, but you was skipped over because of some hot shot that came out of college? How many of you been places and you got a different type of knowledge? I understand it ain't gonna be popular like that. I'm just telling y'all like this. Listen, this commentary ain't for everybody. It ain't for everybody. But I know I'm talking to a few people out there that feel like Joe Flacco, that was sitting at home wondering why I didn't get the opportunity, wondering why my experiences looked over, wondering why they trying to put me on the trash heap. And all he did is come in and say, I got it. Don't even worry about that. Oh, Kevin, you want to run that? Light work. Light. I know how to run that. I ran that press machine for 35 years over at the factory. Light. Listen, I operated a big rig over on that construction site for 14 years. That's light. Oh, I know how to do that. I know. I've been doing Microsoft Excel for years over at my other job. I was over it, right? You see what I'm saying? How many of you like that? That's why the excitement level is different. Ain't nothing wrong with DTR. He gonna learn. I like a young guy to come in to work and be excitable and be there early and ask me a bunch of questions. I love that because he got passion. He gonna be a great pro. But sometimes it's different. You need a little steady hand. Sometimes you need somebody that's been there before and threw 3 interceptions in that first half and was looking kind of bad and was looking kind of bleak until he said, hold on. I don't need to look at that pad like that. I just need to reflect what's in here. Because Joe Flacco did something and showed you what it's supposed to look like. See, once you have been a franchise quarterback and you have done some things, you don't forget that. Once you have already went to the highest mountain and already had got your bag and already played with these other guys, you don't forget. You don't got to go to the Apple iPad over there. You just go ahead and remember, I'm still that guy. I done still throw my way out of situations like this. And when you got that level of confidence and when you have that level of moxie, guess what? That translates. That translates not only to the offense, but that translates to the defense. When we come back up, we'll tell you about that defense. But best believe the reason that the defense is able to play that way and then able to go all out, and the reason why some of your young guys like Cameron Mitchell was able to get the ankles a little bit. Alex Wright is able to just stop guys behind the line of scrimmage. Ronnie Hickman and guys like that diving at football. You know why they're able to do that? Because it ain't nothing like saying, hey, I got a dude on my team that had already been there. Justin Fields ain't been there. Browning ain't been there. We looking at these teams playing. Josh Allen ain't been there. Tua ain't been there. It's a little something called that hardware. And you may dismiss it. You may try to throw it out. You may even doubt it. But I'm tell you what, there's a lot of teams that have ran across the Cleveland Browns, and they ain't doubting them no more. Two best teams in the league. You tell me NFC is San Francisco 49ers. Purdy is up for the MVP. You tell me another best league in the AFC. Your Chicago, excuse me, your Baltimore Ravens. Lamar Jackson up for the MVP. I got to keep going. We went to their house and beat their butt. We went to their house and came back on them. We had Purdy and them boys ruffled over here in that stadium. Don't tell me about why it is. You notice they all quiet on the Western Front now. Ain't nobody want to say the Browns' names. Ain't nobody, where is all that noise with Jamar Chase, the same old Browns? You notice ain't nobody saying nothing. The announcers don't even want to say, we better shut up. Hey, before we was clowning, they had Deshaun Watson. They got Joe Flacco over there right now. We can't even, shh, don't say nothing. Myles Garrett out here, these defensive cats in Cleveland Brown Stadium, they unbeatable. Fans believe it. We want to just let that fire simmer on out. Kool-Aid Mafia in the building. 191 people in here listening to this. Ain't nobody kicking this knowledge like this. Ain't nobody kicking it like this. I'm tired of going on shows where there's no emotion. I'm tired of it. Stop telling me about what, well, the Browns are just surprising people. I mean, look how many people are out, G. All these people are out. Look at what the Stefanski, they don't care about. I told you. You think them people in the locker room care about that? You can't play like that and care who's out. I feel like it's just like when you watch war movies and you know you outgunned, you know you outnumbered, and you know you on the front lines, and your man go down, you don't stop to cry, you don't do nothing. You pick up his flag, you pick up his dog tags, and you carry the flag as long as you can carry it. And then somebody pick you up. You carry that flag until you can't go no more. And then your man and your comrade, your dude beside you that's in the trenches with you, he pick up the flag, and everybody got that mindset. I'm moving forward. Man, I'm talking on this. If you don't like it, I'm talking. If you think no, I don't care. We're not even. I'm talking right now. Ain't no monologue. He ain't seen no monologue like this on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. I'm talking right now. Facts. This is the energy level you're supposed to have. And this is the energy level when you drink the Kool-Aid, and you can come back and tell them, I got receipts. If you know, you know. If you're in the Kool-Aid Mafia right now, you turn around when you see people walking up down that street, you got hey, we got receipts. We got the receipts. If you know, you know. I'm done talking. I got 85 comments in here. We're going to get to y'all. That was a little long. I'm sorry. Here we go. Let's get to y'all, man. First, let's get to the chat. Hold on. Let me bring this in here. Mm-hmm. First of all, I want to do this. I don't even know what this is. No, we're not going to do that because I don't even know what it is. Let's get to your comments, though. 89 in the building. Take that away. Here we go. Man, y'all done already gave the super chats, man. I appreciate you, man. We gonna get to the super chat. We know how we get about 221. Hit that like button for your boy. Stefanski has graduated from Padawan learner to Jedi Master now. The Force is with him. James B, thank you for the super chat. And I'm gonna tell you what, you've been looking at my notes too. You act like you know what the next segment is. Hey, you act like you know. You know, I agree with you. I'm going to wait to give my opinion on that. So you got to stick around for it. We cooking out here, man. Hey, man, Cardiac Flat Kids, Kool-Aid got me feeling great today, G. I got to get you on the UCSS crew and some gifts we made. I appreciate you, Michael. I appreciate your super chat, man. And this is a great day, man. Listen, man. We gonna do these victory laps on these dudes. We ain't laughed enough. We ain't told you enough. We haven't said I told you so enough. All that crap they was trying to give us during the off season. How dare you? How dare you challenge our character like you know what we got going on over here? I couldn't believe that. I said I heard certain Browns players saying. I heard certain Browns fans kicking that garbage. How you gonna say you don't like your team because of one person? You're crazy. How you don't like David Njoku coming back from third-degree burns? You don't like Nick Chubb and what he put on the table? You don't like that? You don't like Myles Garrett out here playing hurt? These guys crack me up with that, man. Don't let them dudes put no pressure on you about who you got on your team to make you ever turn your back on your squad, bro. Because they ain't gonna do it for you. They didn't do it for Ben Roethlisberger. The Ravens ain't gonna do that. They're gonna ride with what they got. We gotta learn how to ride. We're gonna teach y'all over here. We'll teach you how to ride. I see you. What's up? Bass player 1966. What's good, man? Made the road trip from Chicago to Cleveland for the 49ers and the Bears game. Couldn't have picked better weeks. Will, I appreciate you, man. I love hearing guys doing road trips. I love going to the community line, meeting people, and they doing road trips. And they out here supporting. And we got them 2 dubs for you. Kool-Aid. Yeah, what's up, Corey? I see you. Victory Monday. Let's go. This is how you pour the gravy on them on Victory Monday. We ain't loud enough yet. We still meager. We sit over here like, well, we're gonna do something. We're gonna be nice. We don't really wanna. Yeah, we don't really want to give it to him like that. Yeah, we are. J-Dog 66, what's up, man? I see you in here. Yeah, Flaccavelli is in the building. Nicole D, I see you. Kool-Aid Man 84G, what's good, my boy? I see you. What's up, G? Flacco 7-0 on the road, playoff wins. Love our chances. Glad he's on the Browns. Go Browns. Rashawn, of course. Tell him how long you been on it, Carrie. Been drinking the Kool-Aid. I love it. She's like, I've been on it. Don't tell me I was here a couple of weeks ago. We was on it when it was hot outside. Team is special. Hey, I told you, Evan 419, the whole 419 family, shout out to them. They pulled up on us last week. They showed, I'm excited in here. I am excited. What you say, hear me out? But you hear me out. I hope we stand pat at 5 in the playoffs. I really hope Jacksonville wins out in the wild card matchup I won in the first round. Hey, Kool-Aid Man 84. Hey, these Jacksonville boys. They out here floundering. These Jacksonville boys is not looking too good. We got them at home. Think about it. They was doing all good. They was praising them from the church stairs. Guess what? They came over here to the AFC North, got touched by the Bengals, came into Cleveland, got touched again, and they got touched up at home by the Ravens. They ain't looking so good. We catch them boys. We gonna catch them dudes. We ready to go, man. You guys is hot and ready to go, man. We got a lot of stuff. And guess what? 260 in here. Make sure you continue to hold that 260 here. I promise you it'll be worth your while. When we come back, let's get off into the defense. We talked about the defense. We talked about Stefanski. Let me tell you why I got to change your heart on your boy Stefanski. We're going to go ahead and talk about what it is. It's G. Bush here on the UCS YouTube channel. All right, I got a surprise for you guys. I told you, don't listen. Tomorrow on UCSS, I told you the holiday hoodies was going to be out. We got the random drawing, and I like to have the receipts because I want you guys to know that when I'm giving stuff out, I'm really giving it out. So tomorrow, On UCSS tomorrow, we're going to have the 5 winners or the winners of the G Money holiday hoodie. We'll put those names up of the guys who actually won. Shout out to you guys. We've already notified those winners behind the scenes. They know who they are. We're going to announce those live tomorrow from 11 p.m. to 1 p.m. on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. So tune in to see who won those as well. And we'll be out there throwing those and making sure you get them. And guess what? Today, I gave away some hoodies. I got some new purple. I got the purple playoff pack hoodies dropping today. If you want an opportunity to get one of those, keep it locked. I'll tell you how to go about getting it, and we'll do that coming up here next. It's all courtesy of your boy G. Bush and the Barbershop. You know, I tell you, anybody doing like me. Ain't nobody doing it like this. I'm sorry. It's a time to be humble. Sometimes it's time to, listen, where you at? Ain't nobody giving out no merch. Y'all monologues ain't even that good. Your shows ain't that good. I done gave away thousands in merch. I got the mafias with me, right? These guys out here, they be playing around. You be doing takes. All you got is takes? I ain't want that. Like, step your game up. You ain't nobody want to just give you no takes. I'm gonna listen to you for 2-3 hours. What you giving away? Here's how we go. I'm gonna tell you this, and here's how you got to come to a conclusion on this. I'm a firm believer in my line of work. I believe there's one cardinal flaw that we have in our institution called sports journalism and media. One of the big problems in sports journalism and media is that people can't admit when they're wrong. People don't have the gumption. People don't got the heart to say, you know what? You know, I was thinking like that. You know, let me come back and judge that a little bit. Don't nobody want to be challenged. Don't nobody want to have no conversation about certain things. And then when you have the conversation, you got to get inflammatory. No. What happened to you tell me how you feel, I tell you how I feel, I do my research, you do your research, and we have a discourse. It ain't like that no more. Now we want people to double down and triple down, even if you did wrong. Or even if the circumstances, you may not be wrong at one point in time, but everything in life changes. So ain't nothing wrong with if you got new material and new data to say, you know what? I was right 3 weeks ago, but today, the facts speak to a different thing. The facts speak to a different item. And for me, Stefanski has earned diplomatic immunity. You say, what's that? What's that? For the rest of this year, I'm going to keep it real. Stefanski has ordered diplomatic immunity. And you say, what does that mean, G. Bush? You know, when foreign diplomats come over and they do something, they represent another foreign power or country, you can't put them in jail. And the reason you can't put them in jail because it puts our country at risk. Because it looked funny. You can't put another foreign dignitary with nuclear weapons in jail because he jaywalked, or because somebody has some allegations, or because somebody somewhere says he did something and you just jail him. That ain't gonna happen if you're dealing with a country with an army. So what they said is, you know what? Diplomatic immunity, go. Listen, whatever he did, we'll deal with that on our own. We'll put that on our tab. Because for us to put him in jail is too much collateral damage, and it don't make no sense. And I go back and look at Kevin Stefanski. He gained diplomatic immunity from me because of just the dire straits your team is in. It was one thing to do it with 4 different quarterbacks, but it's a different thing to get to the last quarterback, and now he's throwing for 300 plus. It's a different thing to do it when you was just doing it with Deshaun Watson trying to figure it out, or a DTR. But now you're doing it, and you only got one lineman, one regular lineman. Wyatt Teller's the only thing moving now. You had to move Nick Harris to fullback because of some of the things you wanted to do in order to get extra blockers in the game. Now, Ethan Pochich is gone. Joe Batonio was known as your best lineman, the guy with the most experience. He's now down. And then you lose Jedrick Wills and DeJuan Jones, and now you got Christian, and then you got Hudson, or that are struggling at best. And there was times in that game I was watching it, and I was watching the Chicago Bears and Montez Sweat. By the way, if you go back and watch my other blog, G. Bush be on all the time. Just go ahead and just put my crystal ball up there, because I told you that the Chicago Bears defense was nice. Everybody's trying to be, oh no, they're not a very good team. Stop telling me who's a good team. When you get to the playoffs, everybody's a good team. Everybody is ready to go. And we found out the hard way last game, right? Everybody gonna fight you tooth and nail the rest of the season. But I said it, they got a good offense. And when Montez Sweat defense, when they started getting after Joe Flacco, and he had already been harassed, he had already thrown 3 interceptions, he'd already been getting sacked. I said, well, dang, if they can't get the ball off, they can't run the ball. They're in the backfield every play. But Kevin Stefanski said, you know what? Let's dial this up. I saw 3 or 4 new concepts that I haven't seen before. The ball to Amari Cooper was a beautiful, beautiful ball. It comes a point when you look around and you say the team is being held with duct tape. It's not being held with duct tape. It's being held with some sort of character. And the man at top may not have the best plays that you want from down to down, drive to drive. He may not call the greatest game in the world. And in crunch time, he going to do something you might not agree with. But one thing that you can't it's irrefutable, you can't second guess this, is that every single person that come into that doggone game is playing like they starters. Everybody in there is coming in and not blinking. The bullets is flying. It's hectic. You might not know exactly what to do at your position. You may not exactly know what the steps are or how you're going to get there. But every single person that comes in that game has made plays. Alex Wright on the tackle on 3rd down and on the jet sweep. Cameron Mitchell clapping the ankles of Justin Fields. He comes up short. Let's talk about Ronnie Hickman diving in the air, knocking the ball down. Let's talk about guys like Siaki Ika getting his first plays. You talk about Myles Garrett playing with one arm out there doing what he needs to do. Denzel. Every single person that comes out there is doing it like they like dependent on it. And that comes from the top down. So while I might not agree with everything Kevin Stefanski has done, trust me, if this was any other team, they'd be dead in the water. And I made the argument earlier in the game on Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show today. I said, listen, fellas, you could keep rooting for Purdy or Brock Purdy or the Ravens, but let me ask you a question. Here's what I want to do for you. What I would like to do, and I'm just gonna keep it to the 4. And you put 1 or 2 in the chat if you think I'm crazy. 1, if I'm sounding, you might not even be a Stefanski guy, but this argument I think is valid. Put 1 if you agree with it, 2 if you don't agree with it. The argument goes a little bit like this. Look at the top teams in the AFC. Let's start with the Baltimore Ravens. You take their starting quarterback, their best playmaker on offense, and both of their tackles, and see where they at. I'll chill for a little bit. That means Lamar Jackson, get up out of here. That means Zay Flowers, get up out of here. And your 2 tackles. Bye. I could go deeper and then to make my case, but yeah, they're not doing what they're doing. They're not even making the playoffs. Let's continue down the road. Let's go to the Miami Dolphins. Tua and Tyreek Hill. Take your quarterback, best playmaker, Tyreek Hill, and both of their tackles. You're drafted in the top 5, people. I'll keep going. Let's go ahead and start with let's go over to the NFC if you want to keep going that route. 49ers look well and good. Take Purdy out. Take Christian McCaffrey out. Take Trent Williams out and the other tackle out. How many games are they rocking and rolling with? You want to go to Philadelphia? Get Philly? Take Jalen Hurts up out of there. You choose what receiver you want gone. A.J. Brown, you want, or Smith? I'll take A.J. Brown. So let's take A.J. Brown up out of here. Let's take your boy, Jalen Hurts, out of there. And let's get their 2 tackles. Peace out. It's not happening. So why the hell am I voting for anybody else for Coach of the Year? Why? Because he just got it a couple years ago? So I hate voters. That's why I tell people they shouldn't even get a vote for nothing. They basically telling you, but they bias. They telling you they just vote willy-nilly, don't even look at what the cards has been dealt. How could you have how could you have any other? If the Browns make the playoffs, there's no way as a Coach of the Year. No way. If you just take C.J. Stroud out, bye. You're drafted in the top 3 again. What are you talking about? Catch and see what y'all were talking about. He's earned that from me. Moving forward for the rest of the year, just let you know you heard it here first. 308 people here. Hit the like button for me, 313. Just so you heard it here first. They're going to be throwing the ball a lot. They might not be able to run the ball no more. And I'm fully aware, and I'm cool with them doing all the gadget plays they want. You know why? They ain't got nothing else. Smoke and mirrors. Same way you want to able to run the ball against the Bears. So I'm not going to be sitting here second guessing nobody when you don't got it like that. You ain't got it like that. Don't catch your man, don't catch your spouse, don't catch your boyfriend in his off pay week and then judge where he took you out to eat and you wanted to go out to eat. Yeah, you gonna get this Applebee's. Yeah, you gonna get this TGIF Fridays. Yeah, you gonna get that. Don't look at me like you crazy. You the one wanted to go out to eat. You know what week it is. Stop acting like you don't know what pay week this is. This is the rent check. This the mortgage check. This the car payment, house. I'm just talking. Listen. I be giving you real world. You know what it is. I already know what it is. I can't get mad at Kevin Stefanski. He ain't got no ingredients. So if he want to run the ball, throw the ball, that's on him. He better find a way to get it done. And if you are a football guy and a football fan and you understand that, you would be right over here with me too. Let's see what y'all got to think about. See what y'all talk about. Yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to some of your comments. Dang, y'all killing me today with the super chats. Y'all doing it, man. Y'all doing it. Got me fired up, man. I appreciate you, man. Chevron Techron said this team inspires me. The brotherhood they have found for each other reminds me of being infantry in Iraq, rolling down the streets of Baghdad together. By the way, my man, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your service. You know, when you said that, it always gives me chills because that's the real life and death. That's the real battlefield. And I don't want nobody to get twisted. If you've lost somebody, if you served, football is not a war. It's not. You know, what y'all do is the top shelf. So I'm just making an analogy, but I'm glad you felt my analogy because what I am trying to drive home is not about, you know, war. It's about brotherhood. It's about being there for people. It's about believing in something, even though you don't got no evidence of it. Believing in something and working towards it and blindly working at something, even though you don't know if it's going to work or not. That's what drinking the Kool-Aid is about. Let's see. I want to get to these super chats because I don't want to go over anybody that's donated. My man, CIA Contact, became a YouTube member. Thank you so much. I appreciate you for becoming a member on Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. Thank you guys so much. Another way that you could become a member, and it's always free, It's just by hitting that like button. It shows you that you appreciate the time and energy we put in to create content like this, and we try to give you that energy back. Thank you guys so much, and thanks CIA Contact for becoming a member. Let's see. My man, Daryl, what's up? Kool-Aid Mafia in the building. Flaccavelli. Stefanski Property Brother, that was a cold line. He looked just like the Property Brothers with him and Joe what's his name? If I come up with if I make that shirt for you, I'm gonna give you some of the proceeds. I tell you what, I give you look, that's a cold idea. If I ever make that shirt, I'm gonna hook Daryl up. He's part of that. My man. Hello, my wife loves Applebee's. Heck yeah. She's a real woman. And only a real woman can appreciate going somewhere and getting the 2 for $25 special. 2 for $25, and don't let them have the rib basket. And I had the rib basket back. You're like, oh Lord, let me get that penne, that 3-cheese penne pasta. Oh man, you guys are crazy, man. Days off. I love his. I want his screen name. Yo, salute G. Bush. Your folks from Charlotte, by the way, of Cleveland. Happy holidays to you in the chat. Roll Browns. Shout out to my people in Charlotte, man. My uncle Al is down in Charlotte. You know what I'm saying? He been down there. My uncle, my cousin Ivan Boyd. He used to be receiver out at Boston College. Played under Coughlin back in the day. Shout out to him. Part of that team that went to South Bend with Foley. And some of them dudes out there beat number 1 ranked Notre Dame. Shout out to him. Caught 2 touchdown passes. I was in Quincy's live screen during the game. I kept saying, I'm cool with Flacco throwing the ball, even if he throws interceptions, because nothing else was working. That's it. Sometimes you got to dig in your bag. And if you ain't nothing in that bag, you got to get creative. I told you I'm done for the year. Could I nitpick about running and passing? Sure you can. Right now, I'm all in and seeing what we gonna run. Hey, run whatever we need to run and win. My defensive line coach, Eric Washington, right now, he's assistant coach of the Bills, assistant head coach. He says, we used to have a moniker called Stop the Run. Stop the run. We became one of the top 10 teams in stopping the run when I played at OU. And then they started torching us in the air. They was getting busy in the air. And he came in one day and said, hey, you know how we be saying stop the run? We off that. It's called, and somebody was like, what is our moniker? Shout out to Andre Parker from Cincinnati. Andre Parker says, what's the new moniker? He said, stop whatever the hell they doing. We ain't gonna hang your hat on that. Oh, man, let's get back to it, man. I got a couple more things. It's about 3:46. We got some time here. 336 people in here celebrating on this Browns victory Monday. We just kicking it. And if you've been here, let's go ahead and get it done. Let's go ahead. This is what you've been waiting for. Coming back, we'll tell you, we'll get into the defense, how they were so solid. We'll talk about some of the unsung heroes, and we'll do that coming back here. It is G. Bush on the Barbershop Victory Monday on the UCSS YouTube channel. Now listen, I tell you what, if you are a Browns fan and you haven't joined the Kool-Aid Mafia yet, don't feel bad about yourself, right? Don't feel bad. We 9-5. If you ain't in the Kool-Aid Mafia yet, guess what? Don't feel bad. We can get you together. We can get you tightened up. But don't wait too late. You only got 3 more games in the regular season before these playoffs hit. And then you definitely want to show that you was down with the mob. What you waiting for? Show your support by joining the mob. We have a variety of flavors of Kool-Aid for all types of Kool-Aid drinkers. You see the oranges here. You see right now, we're looking at the brown. We dropped the brown, and then we dropped the orange, and then you got the original Kool-Aid. I got the original Kool-Aid Mafia shirt on today with the hat. The hat is available. And as you can see over on the right-hand side, a brand new entry into the table. The Cleveland Browns Kool-Aid Mafia Purple Playoff Pack hoodie. People say, G. Bush, no purple because purple's the Ravens. See, you don't understand what I'm trying to do here, boys and girls. You see, the Baltimore Ravens stole our team, flipped their colors, and didn't win the Super Bowl. So I said, what better way to do it is say, well, listen, we're going to take your purple Kool-Aid, we're going to flip it, because you gave us Joe Flacco, thank you very much, who used to beat our tails, and now we're going to ride into the playoffs with Joe Flaccavelli, and we doing it big. Purple playoff, it's serious. When you drink that purple Kool-Aid, it might be cough syrup in this one. It's a little dark. It might be Robitussin or something in this. That Kool-Aid is bitter. That's playoff style football. And we got them joints out right now available at bushlinebeauty.com/barbershop. Bushlinebeauty.com/barbershop. Those will be live coming up here in one moment. After I get off the live, I had to play. So you can catch one of those right now. You already know what it is. It's your boy G Bush. And you thought it was done. You thought it was done. You're like, G Bush, I don't know what you're doing. What are you doing? Hold on. Boom. Here's the code word of the day. I was slipping it in there. Code word of the day is Flacco. It's the same one as I used the other day. To gbush91 at hotmail.com by 12 a.m. tonight. You got about 8 hours before you out of here. 8 more hours. You got till tonight to enter the random drawing. 5 winners will win the Kool-Aid Mafia purple playoff pack hoodie, courtesy of G Bush in the Barbershop. You send the code word Flacco completely free to gbush91 at hotmail.com by 12 a.m. and we get you together. And on this one, as you can see, I'm even giving you colors. If you win, I'll let you pick any one you want. We got the white ones. Those are pristine. We got the cool grays. Then we got the dark heather gray. And, of course, you got the black. You got the black. You can check all of these out. These will be available by tonight. If you don't want to wait and just want to purchase, they'll be available at bushlinebeauty.com/barbershop. All courtesy of G Bush and the Barbershop. Yeah, I just snuck that one in. I expect the emails to be going crazy. Let's keep pushing. Here. Browns defense is scary at home. Let me tell you this. I want to commend y'all. I really want to big up you guys. I really want to say to you guys that go to the game, that's going down to the Muni lot, that's in bad weather. You guys have now turned this thing into a home field advantage. And I wanted to keep challenging people. And I like anything, 1 or 2 people matter. 1 or 2 people can get it sparked up. 1 or 2 people can go get it fired up. And I was watching this summer as I watched the old school Cleveland Browns down on at the old municipal stadium. And I just thought to myself, man, what a beautiful thing. Look what home field advantage we had. Look at people that used to go down there, that used to be work shifts. They coming off work shifts, going to the Browns game, standing up in cold weather, clapping it up, and then getting in their car, going back to another work shift in the steel mill. Man, they gave, I sit in here, and this is why, listen, this is why, to me, it's a blessing to me. It's a blessing to be able to sit and hear some of the stories of the Cleveland Browns and history and lineage when you're able to talk to Bernie off the air, when you're able to text Leroy and hear what he's talking about and be able to remember you watching those games, but them able to put another different layer of context on it because they're giving you the gems behind the scenes. You just was watching it, but the stories they tell, and the first thing that they always say is, look, we had the home field advantage. We had one of the worst stadiums, but everybody loved that stadium. The fans just made that place what it was. And this year, the Cleveland Browns at home have given me chills and goosebumps, man, because I don't even need the surround sound. The sound is coming through. You're banging on stuff. You guys, and you matter. You count for some of this. You think that the Browns don't feed off that? I want them to consistently continue to say, when you go to Cleveland Brown Stadium, you in for one. They might not got nobody. They ain't got no flash. You might not like their uniforms, but when you go in there, they're going to be on you and they're going to be ready to go. See, what you don't understand is that fight, that's in y'all's DNA. That isn't just specifically in that stadium. It don't matter where the stadium is. That fight is due to the people that go down there every week and they suit up and they get ready to play just like the Browns get ready to play. And you know how they play? Scary. It don't matter. Listen, I swear to goodness, I feel like if I was playing right now, I could get a couple of sacks. Just on the mojo alone. Hey, at home, think of how many 3-and-outs the Browns get. Think about the 3-and-outs the Browns get. And once again, I'm going to continue to say it. They should make sure that Callahan and Schwartz will be with the Cleveland Browns regardless of who the head coach is. They should make sure that those assistants are the highest paid assistants and that they can stay and do whatever they need until they're ready to go. Oh, G. Bush, you got to wait and see. I'm done waiting and seeing. Once again, that Kool-Aid Mafia ain't never been about wait and see it. It's about being innovators. It's about being on the ground level. It's about understanding it. I feel it. Let's do it now. Because Jim Schwartz got this defense playing like it don't matter. I ain't seen Juan Thornhill in weeks. Who cares? Undrafted rookies playing. Denzel Ward, multiple games out this year. Who cares? Who cares? Anthony Walker, multiple games out. Who cares? Taki go play middle linebacker. JOK looked like he wasn't even going to be a professional player. Who cares? He out here look like a Pro Bowler this year. Every D tackle plays well. That's no coincidence. And I love the energy. I disagree with Jay today. He don't like people getting up dancing. And, he's old school. He's old school. But I come from an era where you look good, you feel good. You play good, you celebrate. I love what Jim Schwartz told them. Hey, I'm only going to be mad at you is if you ain't out here dancing and doing something when we make plays. Because that type of energy keeps you wanting to keep diving. You want to strive for something. That energy that you could create from in here will make you play hard when nobody else is playing hard. Will make you go 100 miles an hour and care and still have the mentality. I know they up 17-7, but I'm going to tell you what, they ain't going to score. The Browns equivalent gave up 3 points to the Chicago Bears. They gave up a pick six and another interception that got tackled at the 1-yard line. That's 14 points right there. They got 17 points. The Browns gave up 3 doggone points. The whole situation. So, you look at this, man. You look at the Cleveland Browns, and you ask yourself, what is the combination of why they're playing so well? The combination is they got every single person that believes in their heart of hearts. I need to make the play. I'm not waiting for Myles Garrett to make the play. I'm not going to wait for Zadarius Smith, or I'm not going to wait for JOK. That's the way you play defense. And they got away from that a little bit during the middle of the season, but I'm happy that they're back to it. And the Cleveland Browns at home is spooky. They got an opportunity to do something special. Right now, they got coming up, they got the Texans. You got the Jets at home, and you got the Bengals away. They got an opportunity to run these tables. They really do. They got an opportunity to run these tables. And, when the playoffs get here, hopefully we get some guys back, get them back into the rotation. That will be a big help. But when you are used to being uncomfortable, you can weather the storm. It's a lot of teams out there that ain't uncomfortable when their best people is out. See, it's a lot of people out there who've been wealthy or well-to-do for so. See, I mean, I could go back to ramen noodles for a couple weeks. I go back to Top Ramen for a couple weeks. I ain't that far removed. I am not that far removed from a single bedroom apartment trying to figure out whether or not I'm gonna do ramen noodles or the gas. Can I get some extra? See, you know, if you know, you know. You done been out there. I'm talking to somebody. We talking to a few people. Before we get out of here, let's get to some of your comments. About 3:58. You guys have been awesome today, man. Super chats. We broke a record in UCSS. Make sure Behind the Glass, you check that out as well. Let's get to some of your super chats here very quickly. Let's go. Oh, here we go. Let's see. And I'm going to get to many comments as I can as well. Professor Chaos says, hey, G, how's it going? I have one simple question. Are the Browns a team of destiny? Yeah. Yes, sir. I wholeheartedly believe that. And the reason I believe the Browns are a team of destiny is because, like I said, go around and take out some of the pieces that they're missing, and I guarantee that them pieces ain't doing what we doing. That game yesterday was crazy. Everybody wanted to write them off. Everybody in your heart, you're like, dang, I want to get them out of here. But to be able to throw that pass he threw to Amari Cooper into between three dudes, that was crazy. That was crazy. I appreciate you, man. So let's see if we can get them as many as we can. Kia Adams. The NFL's constant overhyping of quarterbacks is annoying. This was a team win. We basically had a practice squad out there cooking. Facts. It is kind of annoying. It's the worst. I would say it's the worst part of my job because, like, I really like the game of football, and when you play it, you kind of understand what it's about. But, you know, I understand why people have to talk about the quarterbacks because they're the most popular, you know, but, you know, for me, it's one of the things that's not very enjoyable to me. It's just not, because there's so many different angles and wonderful different like nuances of the game that you could talk about. And we just don't do it. We just don't, because it's just like, we just have to talk about just the surface level stuff, man. What's up, Tim? I see you out there, man. Phil Bowman, the riblets, that rib basket. Don't sleep on the rib basket. I get the 2 for $20 for myself. Hat Moza says, furthermore, Q for no reason has an innate hate towards Flacco. I can't explain it. He was calling to bench him in the live stream. You know, I will always say this. Like, you got to think about it. And I'm cognizant of it. I always talk about human nature. And so for so long for the Cleveland Browns, we in one basket or the other. We take sides on quarterbacks, and, you know, there's a lot left over from the Baker Mayfield, Deshaun Watson thing. It just is. You know, there's a lot left. There's a lot of people that felt Baker got a raw deal. A lot of people don't think Deshaun should be here. But there's a lot of people that think that Deshaun was the right move, right? So now the next obvious move and the next obvious step is, if Joe Flacco was playing well, let's compare and contrast the goods and bads of Deshaun Watson with Joe Flacco. One of the reasons I would say I would keep Flacco on the roster right now is so it gives Deshaun Watson a whole year, or in the offseason, the ability to get to know Joe Flacco as a man, to get to know him as a human being and as a coach and as a mentor and a teammate. So when he get to the off season, when he get to the season, when people try to start throwing them little darts in there about Joe should be playing, blah, 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 you know what he gonna say? Man, me and Joe is cool. We done got together. Joe been helping me out in the off season, all that good stuff. We're not even gonna play no games with it. Let's see. Tim, bro, don't make excuses. How many wins Lamar got in the playoffs and why he didn't be played last year? He wasn't hurt. Oh, because the Ravens are in that period, bro. You have no right. I think he was talking to somebody else. Yeah, he was. Rob, drinking the Kool-Aid, G. What do you think the difference between this playoff run compared to 2020 playoffs, injuries for this year, COVID in 2020? I think one of the difference between this and the COVID year was it was always the sense of nobody knew what they were doing in COVID. You really couldn't enjoy it because it wasn't tangible. You couldn't be in the building. You couldn't touch them. You couldn't smell you couldn't do anything. You just at arm's length. So he was just kind of watching it. watching it unfold. And it was great because we just needed something to root for. This year is more organic. This year is real. Like, this is people getting injured. This is a lot of adversity. So I think we have way more skin in the game on this year than we did in 2020. Let's see. Let's get some new people in here. Let's see. Appreciate you guys. Flaccavelli in this. Yeah, you know what we bringing. We know what we bringing. Let's see. Rosie P. Hey, listen, shout out to my wife. Shout out to her. She's somewhere in an undisclosed location working. She probably in her office. I was like, I forgot to hit the button, the go button on the purple Kool-Aid hoodie. Shout out to my wife. She does a tremendous job. Shout out to Rosie P. Drink. Yeah, I see you, man. Skinner Alistair says we actually have depth. We're showing a lot of that depth now, too. By the guys coming in and stepping up with the guys left out, right? Mel L, I see you, bro. I see you. We out here, man. Evan 419 back in the Niners open at a -5.5 against Baltimore next week. Woo, my eyes is. G. Bush, do you believe our culture has finally changed for the better? Keep doing your thing, bro. Lifetime supporter. Wally, you know what I think happened? Let me see how much time I got. I'll go over a little bit for this, and I think this is a good point to end, right? And I appreciate your comment. Here's what I believe. I think, as I sat there and listened and talked about our teams losing for so long, the one thing that I used to always get annoyed about is, people blame, the Haslams, right? One thing that I can blame the Dolans for is not giving their organization and fans a product on the field they deserve by spending money and keeping your team competitive. There's one thing that I never really quite got about the Haslams, and was this. The Haslams give you an opportunity. All you can ask for in life is an opportunity to change certain things. And so when the Haslams are doing stuff, or the Haslams say things, the Haslams are owners. They have a right to do whatever they want. They own the building. If they want their kids on the sideline, if they want their cousins on the sideline, if they want to hire the executive team and all their family and friends, they got a right to do it. But here's the point. They hired you to handle what's on the field. And if they give you the ability to make your own decisions and to put the pie together, cook the ingredients and get the ingredients and work to do something, you can't blame that man no matter how much you don't like his communication style. If he gave you an opportunity, he don't tell you who to play on the field, and it's up to you and the general manager to work together to get it done. If you are doing that, then guess what? You got the opportunity, and that's all you can ask for in life is the opportunity to prove yourself. And that's what football is about. It's an opportunity every single week to go against another person, not to win it in someone's mind, not to be good on paper, but to actually prove who's the best, who's the people that's going to come out on top. So when people say the culture, do you think the culture is turning around? Yeah, I think the culture is turning around. You know why? Because Kevin Stefanski said, I'm going to make the best of my opportunity, and I'm going to go out the way I'm going to go out, which is swinging and making sure my guys is playing for me. So I do think the culture is changing. Anytime you got 4 quarterbacks and you are where you are today, you can't win games like that with a bad culture. I think some people just use culture as a way to scapegoat stuff. But I do think that they put a team together, like Joe Flacco said, that was cohesive, that was intentional, and now you see the fruits of that labor. So I believe that the culture is changing. With that being said, I'm changing. I'm about to change my clothes. I'm about to get up out of here, and I'm going to go find something to eat, man. I'm going to find some food. But before I do that, man, I want to thank everybody for pulling up today. Great show, great commentary. I loved what you guys' comments had. Thank you for making UCSS one of the best shows in the game. And as always, man, thank you to all my Kool-Aid Mafia members right now. Just think, you got an opportunity If you ain't jumped on the bandwagon now, you got about 3 more weeks. Cop your gear, get your merch. Kool-Aid Mafia for life. With that being said, you never know when G. Bush is going to show up. I could be here, the barbershop, anywhere. I could be outside shoveling snow. But the best way to find G. Bush is just listen for the Clippers. Have a great evening, everybody.